Now, the 16th to the 22nd of May is Mental Health Awareness Week, and joining me in the studio now is a cognitive hypnotherapist and founder of the Natural Therapy Centre in Cosham, Barbara Hay. Thanks very much for coming in, Barbara. So I just want to ask you first of all, what is kind of the importance of having these awareness weeks, such as Mental Health Awareness Week? Why does that matter? Why does it make a difference?
Well, my personal opinions, I think it's a way of getting everyone to be aware that there is a mental health issue in our culture, and to create this awareness so people can actually tap in and understand a little bit more about it.
What would you say the mental health awareness issue in our culture, as you put it, is?
Well, personally, I think, and I think a lot of my colleagues would agree, I think that if the stigma is around the name mental health, it's a very scary name, mental health. People don't understand it. People are frightened of people who have mental health issues. But actually, if we looked at it at the bigger picture and looked at the root cause of most people's issues, they're emotional issues, emotions that haven't been regulated or identified, processed as younger children. So the world is very new to us and very raw to us as children, and if we don't have people to help us understand what we're going through, we will attach our own meaning to every event that we have as a child. So everybody has that. You don't have to have the most traumatic childhood in the world to have these feelings later on of being emotionally hijacked. So everybody could probably understand, actually, we do get emotionally hijacked. We do have emotions that creep up us and make us behave in ways that we don't want, make us feel that we don't want. So if we use the term emotional health instead of mental health, I think more people would be able to identify with that and not be quite as frightened about it. So I think the stigma would be less severe.
And you're a cognitive hypnotherapist, is that right?
Yeah.
So what is that?
Well, I'm a Quest-trained cognitive hypnotherapist, and the founder of the Quest Institute about 14 years ago was beginning his journey as a hypnotherapist and realised hypnotherapy was just a tool in amongst a load of other psychotherapeutic tools. So what he did, he brought together a variety of proven psychologically techniques and formed them into this model, this cognitive hypnotherapy model. So there's lots of different approaches, so you're less likely to get stuck with a client because there's so much that you can do.
What do you mean stuck with a client? What does that mean? It sounds like you don't want to be there with them.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? No, I didn't mean like that. I mean, it could be quite challenging trying to get people to understand how they do their problem. It's quite challenging to get people to begin to identify with their emotions because it's so painful. That's the thing that they've been hiding from all their lives. It's taken them decades to get to the point where they are now, and it might manifest in depression, anxiety, a feeling of stuck. I just used the word stuck, but a feeling of stuckness, not being fulfilled. So helping people, there's different approaches for different people. But if you use just one approach, it may not fit everybody. So the idea is that if you have a series of tools in your toolbox, a whole myriad of tools from different psychology models that have all been proven, we've all been trained, the Quest cognitive hypnotherapists have all been trained. We can pick one, and when one doesn't suit that client, it's not working for them. So, okay, we'll just seamlessly move over to this approach instead. So, in a nutshell, there's much more to it than that, but that's in a nutshell how it is.
So it's sort of giving you a toolbox of different things that you could use according to different clients' requirements and needs and how they react to things. One of the things that kind of strikes me in the word hypnotherapist is this idea of hypnosis. Is that involved at all?
Well, yes, there is an element of hypnosis. It's hypnotherapy, not hypnosis. But Quest cognitive hypnotherapists don't see hypnotherapy in the same way as a clinical hypnotherapist. What we understand is that us humans, we create our own trance states. And when you're doing your problem, when you're emotionally hijacked, when you're not in an emotional state that you want to be in, you're in a trance state. So our job is to take you out of that trance state, to train you to be in a different trance state so that you no longer do your problem. So I know we've only got a short amount of time. It's a big explanation that comes with that. But that in essence, is that we detrance you, if you like. We don't put you into a trance.
Oh, so it's like the opposite of hypnosis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's a we're in the studio talking trance state right now. Earlier on, I was driving here.
Well, everything is just a trance state.
Exactly.
Going to the toilet, then a trance state
absolutely.
too.
You've got
right.
it. You've got it absolutely right. So, what happens is if you come to me and said, Barbara, I really don't like this situation. When I have to do public speaking, which I hope is not a problem for you, but when I have to do, I feel really sick and really ill. So I will then help you to retrain your brain, create a new neurological pathway to take you into a different trance state so that you feel comfortable, calm, your body's not reacting to what your brain's telling it to do, and you're good to go. So that's it.
I mean, anxieties around public speaking are kind of, I mean, quite general and quite normal. You know, I would say that 90% of people out there have probably suffered from it at one stage or another, and the other ones are kind of probably the abnormal people, if anything, just being chilled out all the time. That's true, but some of the people that you see must have, you know, quite serious and deep-rooted issues.
Oh, yeah.
How do you kind of even begin to approach that?
Yeah, again, it's the emotions. Everybody that comes to see me, irrespective of whether they're having phobia attacks, in deep depression, suffering anxiety, have an addiction problem, the root cause will be the perception that they formed about themselves from just before they were born right into the first 10 years of their lives. Every experience we have has an emotional attachment. If we're not helped to regulate that emotional attachment, we can actually make it a really big deal for us. So that comes back later in life. Now that sits in our brain, and when we go into adulthood and we walk into somewhere and it feels familiar, our brain is pattern matching. And it will bring up the same emotions that you attached to an emotion when you were younger, and it will want to protect you, so it will make you feel uncomfortable. And if you keep ignoring the uncomfortable feelings, it will start to send you stronger and stronger signals to the point where you physically react. You've heard of people that go to do presentations and things, and they actually want to be sick or are sick. That's the sign from your subconscious saying, I need to protect you from this because it feels like that when you were 6.
I see.
Bit simple, but there's the only explanation.
All right, Barbara, well, I feel like we could talk about this forever, but thank you very much for coming in. I'm afraid we have run out of time, and you know, just making sure that everyone does look after their mental health on Mental Health Awareness Week, I suppose, is the message as well.
It is, yes, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.